Facebook Live. I'm Claudia Feuvre, nutritional therapist and eating psychology coach, the Shapeshifter, and I am here tonight with Fiona from Enjoy Food With Me. Thank you so much, Fiona, for joining me again.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I really had a great time the last time, so it's fantastic.
I'm so pleased.
Yeah.
We made energy bites the last time. We had so much fun, didn't we? And
it was great.
So many people have sent me photos and told me how inspired they were.
I actually got a few photos myself, you know, of people snapping their little energy balls, so they're all very proud of themselves, so it's been great.
It's lovely. And we've got Charlie, you know, cameraman Charlie behind the camera. I'm sure he'll make an appearance at some point too.
Yeah.
So, so tonight we're going to be making falafels.
Yes. They're like an energy ball, but they're the savoury energy ball. They give you plenty of energy. You can put them in your lunchbox, and you know, children love them, adults love them. You can bring them to work, bring them to the park and a picnic. So
that's right, perfect for the beach, the picnic, school. We'll talk about making nut-free versions for school lunches, but it's just in the same way that the energy bites were so simple and easy, as so are the falafels.
Yes, yeah.
So great, Fiona, let's get started.
Okay, let's. So the first thing we do is we just add some delicious garlic cloves.
Okay, so
very good for you.
That's 2 garlic cloves.
Yes.
So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to post the link to the recipe, which is on Fiona's Enjoy Food With Me website. So we'll post that at the end, so that you've got that. So we're not going to worry too much about exact, precise measurements tonight and teaching you those, because it's so easy for you to look them up.
So with the garlic cloves, we just we have some coriander. So I'm just going to break a handful off there and just chuck that in. And we also have parsley here, so we'll just do the same with that. But some people who don't like coriander can just use parsley alone, and vice versa for if they don't like parsley, they can use just coriander. So then we put that in and whiz it through until just nicely chopped together. Okay. So
brilliant. So coriander is like a love it or hate it thing.
Yes.
And when I work on my detox retreats, we always ask the question: is there any food you don't like? You really don't like?
Really?
And coriander always features.
And it's one of my favourite foods, and I never have enough of it. It's very hard to grow because when you have it in abundance, I use so much of it, then you know there's never any left. So
But you're going to be happy when you hear about this then, because coriander has such a detoxifying effect on the body that there are a few theories that for the people who are so adverse to it, for the people who really don't like it, it's actually because they might need to do a bit of a detox.
Yes. Oh, really?
So it suggests that your system is very clean.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Good to hear.
Okay, so we'll give it a quick blast.
That should be enough. Yes. And
okay, you can obviously
so
if you
just
don't have
double check. Yes, it's perfect.
If you don't have the blender, you can always do it by hand. It's no problem.
So the next thing we do is we put in some nuts. So I usually do about 1 cup of nuts to 1.5 cups of chickpeas, but you can check it out on the website. And any nuts of your choice. You know, we love the pistachios, pine nuts, walnuts. You can use any nuts. Like I do, I use raw almonds a lot. You know, so you know. So
to be honest, I've been overdoing it with the almonds since we did the last energy bite. So I thought
tonight, it's lovely to see a different, difference. Yeah. So
but just really from a nutritional point of view, the almonds are the king of nuts. They're so great for hormone balancing.
Yeah. So I just put a mixture in and bring it up to a cup.
Jorge and Carol Norris joined.
Hi Jorge. Hi Carol.
So just put those in there.
Okay.
And then we whiz them again together.
Okie dokie.
And it depends now how fine you want your falafel. If your children don't like the nutty texture, then you give it a good blast until you can almost make it powder. But I love the nutty texture, so I just put it on, say, number 3 or 4, and then just whiz it for a few seconds.
Okay.
So it's
So hold your ears.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
probably
a little bit more.
A little bit.
A little bit more. Yeah, sounds good to me. When the sound goes down, then yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
Can you see that,
Yeah.
Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
So the next thing I do is I add 1.5 cups of chickpeas. So
Now, I have to confess, I haven't soaked and cooked these chickpeas myself. I so often will have, in my larder, I'll always have jars of ready cooked chickpeas and lentils, which I give a really, really good rinse to. You know, sometimes you just don't have time to be cooking all this, you know, and doing all this food prep, and it's just a matter of throwing it all together.
Well, the original falafel is actually made with dried chickpeas soaked in water overnight, and you just put them in, but it's really, really nutty, and it really needs to be deep fried, so it's taking the, you know, the health out of it, because there's so much fat absorbed when it's fried or fried on the pan. So I actually, sometimes I do cook my own chickpeas, and I make it a bit nuttier, so I undercook them.
Okay.
So it's the same sort of thing, and then, you know, so we just whiz that around for a little bit. You want this to be a nutty texture as well, so you don't want it to be totally pulverised like hummus. So so this is a bit different, so a bit like the nuts there. So.
There we go. It's getting a little bit.
Sounds good to me, but we'll have a look in case. It's hard to do it when you're sitting down. Yes. Yeah, that's perfect.
So that's looking more like a paste. Hi, Charlie.
Yes, so it looks like a paste, but it's not totally fine.
Are
And
there any comments?
Yeah, it says Melissa Vaughan.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
With you, with my husband, smiley face.
Oh, great.
Aw, lovely.
Welcome, welcome. I'm so pleased
Yeah.
you managed to find us.
Yeah. So the next thing I do is I add a cup of carrots.
Okay.
These are steamed carrots, so they've got a little bite in them, and these are absolutely delicious.
What would happen if you did grated carrots?
No, it still works, but it doesn't give the nice texture, the sweet texture
Oh, yes.
that you get, you know. So they're a bit more bitter.
Sorry, I can't help you, Fiona, because I've got my hands full with this.
Yeah, oh, sure. The hands are clean. So just add that in, and I actually add that in with my spice, Ras Al Hannat, and this is one of my favourite Moroccan spices ever. It's got everything in it: turmeric, cumin, mustard, paprika, the works.
Wow.
But you can make it yourself just by adding. I would add, if you don't have the Ras Al Hannat, because you have to get it usually from specialised food stores, but like Morrison's do it. So I bought that there, but I've also bought it in the Moroccan shop. So you can just add a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of coriander. I also love cumin seeds, so yes. Also, if you want a lot of spice in it, when you're grinding your garlic, you can actually add de-seeded chopped chili, so which is delicious. Here's the one I had earlier. So yes, we'll just add that in and whiz it around. Yep.
Oh, yes, Charlie.
Yes, lovely.
Okay, so the first one says Lorraine
Lorraine.
Brittle, that one, and Shauna Tate joined also.
Oh, great. Hi, Shauna. Thanks for joining.
And then another question, Lorraine Brito, that person again.
Lorraine.
Yeah, you're in.
I buy mine from Eroski in Gibraltar.
Oh,
Great.
brilliant.
Oh, thanks for telling us that. No, that's great. So, okay, so the next thing I do is, these are nice washed limes, is I just grate a little bit of lime zest in it. Just gives that nice citrus flavour. When you, yeah, it does. It definitely does. Say about half a lime. So there we go. And I add a tablespoon of olive oil, just nicely measured out here. And whiz it again.
Okay.
So.
It says Shauna Tate. already looks delicious. Mmm.
Thanks, Shauna. Thank you.
It's smelling delicious, Shauna.
Okay, that's brilliant. So now we're ready to roll. So what we do is we get them in our hands, we roll them into whatever size ball you want, and often we dip them in, say, black sesame seeds, flax seeds, which these are ground flax seeds. You can have whole flax seeds as well. So it just gives a nice texture when you're giving a bite.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we roll out a few?
Let's start doing. Yeah. So yeah.
So this is Linwood's.
Yeah. The Linwood's. I think we use these Linwoods for everything. Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
That's right.
Yeah.
I tell you, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed a day, or linseed flax seeds is the same thing, but it's amazing for the hormones.
Yes. So I'll start the first one. And if you find it too wet, you can actually add, say, a tablespoon of spelt flour or quinoa flour, anything to just, loosen it up. And, yeah.
I'm trying to make them the same
Yes.
size.
So,
Last time I made
they're big ones that I made earlier today, but these are nice bite-size, small ones for the children, but whatever size you want. Just roll it in there, and then place it over here.
And do these freeze? Would you make them raw like this and then freeze them?
I don't freeze them. I prefer to make everything fresh, but you can.
If you were trying to be organised for the week ahead.
Yeah, and then you just pop them in the oven. These are baked at about 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. I wouldn't do it for more because they can become too dry and crumbly. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Fiona,
These are
I can't
great.
wait.
Oh my gosh, they're delicious.
So
they're brilliant as part of the vegetarian diet because they're so flavourful. So they're not bland, and they can also be made into burger size. So you can actually make a big round patty and put it in a nice burger bun, homemade burger bun, or So
it's lovely,
so
and it's quality protein as well for vegans.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlie.
Olivia Tate.
Gosh.
Fab job.
Oh, thank you. Thanks very much.
Olivia.
Thanks, Olivia.
So it's Fiona, you've inspired me. I've had so much fun collaborating with you.
It's been brilliant.
On Facebook Live.
Yes.
So I'm organising at the moment my autumn schedule, and so far I have an incredible doctor. I've mentioned her before, Dr. Sala, who's a GP in Gibraltar and in London.
Yes.
And she's coming to talk on Facebook Live with me. I've also got Kath Temple, who is a success and happiness psychologist, who's an inspirational lady. She's a really amazing person. And we're going to be talking on Facebook Live about being kind to yourself.
Lovely.
And I have Vicky Garcia Bishop.
Oh yes, we know her well.
Oh, she's a wonderful
chef.
Wonderful chef in Gibraltar, health supportive chef. And I also have Jojo France, who's a personal trainer, and is one of the best people I know at boosting body confidence.
Oh,
Charlie, is there?
That sounds good.
Melissa, there are two. Melissa, whatever.
Hi, Melissa.
They are suitable for vegans, right?
They are suitable for vegans.
And another one, Viv Lambert.
Hi, Viv.
Oh, hi, Viv.
She just said your photo, and she has something to say. Let them know that you appreciated it.
Oh, thanks very much, Viv. But yes, so these are fantastic for the vegan diet because obviously, as you know, they're full of protein and
protein, and that's often
full of fibre. It's fantastic.
And you could add, for example, some nutritional yeast to this.
Yes.
To get some extra B12. You could add some algae. I mean, you could experiment just like the energy balls, can't you?
Yes.
Try out different things.
And we often, once they're baked, we put them in a nice big lettuce leaf with a few of my 3 delicious dips on my website, and then you roll it up, and the children love eating them in a wrap, so really nice. So you can have plain as well, so we don't need to coat some of them because some people would prefer them just plain. So
it's lovely to have the different colours, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us about your 3 delicious dips to go with?
Basically, okay, one's like it's a Moroccan carrot dip. It's absolutely delicious. I mean, I've made it 3 times this week for friends who've all asked for the recipe. It's made similar way. It's made with steamed carrots, coriander, turmeric, and Greek yogurt and lime. And that's absolutely delicious as a pre-dinner dip. There's also a feta and Greek dip, and it's made with Greek yogurt and feta cheese and mint. And there's also a roasted red pepper dip. It's really, really nice. And these are all lovely dipped straight into those. So I'd often do that if I was having drinks out on the patio. You'd have the 3 dips and you'd have your little fork and So
and you can always just use a hummus as well.
Yes, you can. Yeah, hummus is lovely with it as well.
Really nice.
So it's nice and sticky and gooey, but we're there.
Great to make with the kids. Hi, Jen.
Karina.
Hi, Karina.
Miss Temple is amazing. Smiley face.
Oh yes, Kath Temple.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
Helen. Yum. And Gillian joined as well.
Oh, hi, Gillian.
And Melissa says, ladies, where do we buy nutritional yeast?
Health shops. Nutritional yeast is from the health shop.
Okay.
It actually tastes like it can be an alternative to like cheese, like grated parmesan.
It has a slightly
really good.
cheesy flavour, and the great thing about it is it's deactivated yeast, so it's not going to trigger any candida or fungal issues at all.
I think we're on the last one.
And she's carrying on writing, hubby just went vegan recently. And then Sue Bradley joined.
Hi, Sue.
And she's put, hi Charlie, hi. And Gillian has said, hi ladies, great job.
Oh, thanks Gillian.
Thank you.
So, and then you don't always have to make them with nuts either.
No.
So
you could do them with seeds.
Yes, flava beans. The original falafels in Egypt aren't made with chickpeas at all. They're made with flava beans. So you do it. You cook them the same way, and they're delicious as well. So there's lots of nuts and seeds you can add. In fact, you can make up your own recipe yourself. I often don't even measure anymore. I just chuck it in, and I can tell the texture. So if it's too wet, add a bit of quinoa flour, add extra chickpeas. If it's too dry, add a bit of olive oil, a bit of lime juice even. So, it goes well.
Fantastic. I'm so excited about cooking this.
I know. And then here's some we made earlier, all nicely cooked.
Right.
So 15 minutes in the oven.
At 180 degrees.
Yes. Yeah.
15 minutes. This time I'm prepared with wipes.
And the turmeric,
Yes, Charlie?
Cyan Ellen Flint Friel. Yeah?
Hi, Shan.
She said, sorry, I missed the beginning. What are you making?
We're making falafels, Shan. And Fiona is my lovely, lovely Irish friend who from Enjoy Food With Me, who's a fabulous food blogger and takes incredible food photography and also comes up with healthy recipes.
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, I had her over to do energy bites. Charlie, could you possibly let Alison? Our dog is just going to keep scratching at the door if we don't. Let her in. There we go. She's making an appearance now. So, Charlie, while you're there, would you like to just taste one of the falafels that Fiona's already made and give us your opinion?
I have this thing in my hand.
Yeah, yummy.
Yeah.
Kitty's seal of approval. That's always good.
He's off to.
He's going to enjoy that.
Yes.
So
and now you can cook them now.
Oh, Charlie, you might want to go back to the camera.
Yeah.
So guys, well, thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of the summer holidays. I know it's always hectic in the holidays, isn't it? Charlie, is there comments?
From Cyan, it says delicious.
Oh, good.
Thanks.
Good.
Thanks a million. You can. We will share the link on the website very soon this evening. So.
Yes, I'll share it straight away. The recipes, the link to the recipes. Make sure you if you haven't already, make sure you like Fiona's page. Make sure you like my page if you haven't already. And when you like a page, it's best to click on the like, and the drop-down menu occurs. And if you click see first, then you'll be sure that you won't miss any of Fiona's fabulous new recipes or my Facebook Lives.
Thanks so much, Claudia. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Fiona. It's been so much fun. Oh, a couple more questions.
Melissa, well done, we loved it.
Oh, great.
Oh, thanks very much.
Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa.
Would you like to shop?
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for following.
Lorraine Brito, look lovely.
Oh, thanks very much.
They are.
And Viv Lambert, great to see you all. You too, Charlie. You did so well, and thank you so. And you look so grown up. Thanks, ladies. You are absolute stars.
Okay.
Thanks
very much.
Thank you so much to Fiona, and of course to Charlie too. Wouldn't have been possible without you both.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks.
Oops.